Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you happen to be watching this. Today I want to touch base on how to use Python code in order to help facilitate some answers out of Wireshark capture. So what we're going to do is download some Python code. It's already pre-built. There's very little tweaking you might have to do. We're going to jump into Wireshark. We're going to grab a list of IP addresses out of a PCAP file. So here we've got our PCAP file. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you'll see one of my favorite spots to go to get started at the time of this recording anyway is statistics and then endpoints, because this lets us build a little bit of a picture of the network activity. So we can see in here some local network devices. They're on a local IP range, and then most of these other ones here will all be external. But instead of trying to go by these one by one, plugging them into something like VirusTotal to see if there's any malicious history, we want to automate this process, and I'll show you how to do that. So first thing, we need our Python code. So I'll post this in the comments here. This is on my GitHub page. So this is a bit of code that I found a while back, and I've since been modifying it and tweaking it. It might look long and complex. Whoops. Long and complex, but really it's not. It reaches out to VirusTotal, makes a connection with them, reads in a list of IP addresses, and just runs a comparison through VirusTotal to see if there's anything malicious. Right here, malicious or suspicious, and returns those values. So we're going to go ahead and download this code. Once you've loaded up this GitHub website, you'll see over in the top right hand side there's an option to download our code. It says download raw file. Within a few seconds it's there. We can open the folder, and you'll see it sitting in our downloads file. We're just going to leave it there to make it easy. You can move this if you wanted to, but like I said, we'll just leave it there and make it very, very simple. Next, you need to sign in to VirusTotal. You have to create yourself an account with VirusTotal. Where do we do that? I'm not 100% sure. If we're not logged in, let me just sign out here. So if you're at the VirusTotal main page, not signed in at all, it will look something like this. So up in the top right hand side, here we go, sign in, sign up. If you want to sign up for a new account, fill out a few details and you'll be all set. So for me, I need to sign in. We're signed in, so I just go down to API key. We'll click there. We've already got a key generated. I'm just not going to show it, but we'll just hit copy key to clipboard. We can minimize this at that point in time. We're going to go to our downloads folder where our VirusTotal scan file in Python is. Now I want to open this with something like Notepad. If you've got something like Sublime Text Editor installed, that's great. Do not open it with Python at this point. So choose another app. Go down, find Notepad. Just hit just once. Scroll down to the line under variables where it says your VirusTotal API key. So you'll see that line there. The next line right below that, we've got a couple of single quotes, and we just need to paste in here what our key is going to be. Hit paste. Then we're going to File, and we're going to simply save this. And we can actually close that out of that one. We're all done. Just ignore those other ones that were open. So our VirusTotal Python code is now all set and ready to go. We just need to give it some input. So jumping back to Wireshark, here's our list of IP addresses. Again, we got this from statistics and endpoints. And we're looking at the IPv4 tab. IPv6 in this particular capture is all empty. IPv4 is what we're after. We're going to go over onto the left-hand side of this panel. In our case, we want to make sure this is not checked. This will give us all of the IP addresses that were discovered in the capture file. So we're going to copy it as a CSV file. It's already done. So we're going to go now to our download folder. We're going to make a new file. Go to New, Text Document. I'm going to call it ipinput.csv. And that didn't work because our Windows is assuming this is a text file. So we're just going to delete that. Let's see if we can just easily create a different type. And it doesn't want to let us create a different type, so we'll have to save it. Let's go into Notepad. We're going to edit or right click, whichever way you want to do it, and then we're going to paste. This is the information that was copied out of Wireshark. Paste that into a file, and now we want to save it. File, save as. And we'll put this in our downloads file because, again, that's where our Python script is at the moment. Don't worry, you won't see it there. But save as type, all files, and then we just want to give it a name. In my case, I'm going to call it IP address list with the underscores .csv, and we're going to hit save. One thing I will need to do is go back into our VirusTotal scan for Python. We're going to open it back up with Notepad because I need to change the file name that it wants to read from. So in here, in the variables again, so we've got our variable section. Input CSV file path, so we want to just change this to the name of the file we just called it. So IP address underscore list.csv, just like that. And that's the file that we called this right here. Copy and paste it out of Wireshark, and we've saved it as IP address with underscores.list.csv. So again, in our Python input file, IP underscore address underscore list.csv. We'll close that. Yes to save. We might as well close our IP address list there as well. So now all we need to do is go to a command prompt. We'll see if this one works. And we want to go to our downloads folder. So if it opens up in your normal working directory here for your user account, you should be able to just go cd and then desktop with a capital D. Sorry, we want downloads with a capital D. Press enter, and there you are. We can do the command dir to see what's in that directory. Have a look. We've got our VirusTotal scan file that we downloaded from GitHub, and we've got an IP address list with the underscores.csv. Now all we need to do is execute our VirusTotal scan code. We do that by calling the Python interpreter. We do that with the word Python, Python, with a 3, and then space VirusTotal underscore scan.py. That's all there is to it. We can press enter, and fingers crossed everything works, and it's going to start scanning our file, and it has. I've got it set up so that it gives us the start date of the analysis with a timestamp. It picks out local IP addresses from that list, just marks them out in green here as local. And then it's going to start scanning to VirusTotal with each of the other remaining IP addresses in the list, and it will return anything that's malicious or suspicious so that we can then do a further analysis on. This program is made to operate slowly. There is a timer in there that only does one of these every 15 seconds, and that's because VirusTotal has what's called a rate limiting feature installed. And if we try and use it more than once every 15 seconds, it's going to start returning errors because they don't want it to be abused by people. So again, one check every 15 seconds, but you can now go back, start doing your other research in Wireshark, FTK Imager, whatever applications you're using for your investigation that you're busy underway with. And in a few minutes, depending on how many IP addresses you have to check, you can come back and get your results. So we'll just hang out for a couple of minutes here and let this populate. Just while that is running, if you ever wanted to stop this list, if it was way too big and out of hand with your waiting, you can always press Control-C on a Windows or a Linux system, or Command-C on a Mac to break out of this functionality here of what it's doing with VirusTotal scans. All right, welcome back. Our automated VirusTotal scanner is all complete. You can see here it scanned 75 IP addresses, actually technically only 70 because 5 of those were local. It's discovered 4 malicious ones and has discovered 4 more that are suspicious. Going up through the list, you'll see in green our local IP addresses, and in yellow, or sort of an orange color, I've got them labeled as suspicious. Malicious ones are highlighted in red. And what these numbers mean, these are the number of security vendors within VirusTotal that have responded to this IP address, labeling it as malicious. So if we take this IP address here, copy it, jump over to VirusTotal, plug that IP address in up here, press enter. It will do the scan on that IP address. And again, 17 vendors. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 8 over here, 17 out of a possible 94 that are responding to this IP address as malicious. Going back to our program, our Python code, 17 malicious of that IP address, 0 are suspicious in there, but that gives you a very, very good starting point on your Wireshark scans. So now you can take this IP address, go back to Wireshark and say, okay, this is a known suspicious IP address, and instead of sifting through tens of thousands of packets in here, now you can start to narrow down. ip.addr equals that IP address, spelling the filter wrong, whoops. The joy of working on a Windows virtual machine inside of my Mac. I get my command keys confused. So we've got our IP address of that malicious IP in there. We do a quick filter because we know that's now a known malicious IP address. So we can start to see very quickly and narrow down very quickly different areas of concern based on that IP address. So right off the start here, you'll start to see different things occurring. We've got a local computer reaching out to this malicious IP, trying to get some information from it. And again, from there, jump into your usual Wireshark activities and see what you can come up with. Maybe you're looking for HTTP traffic. You'll see here what's going on with this. You can open up different options. Looks like a file has been requested here with a request URL. And there's our get request actually right from it right there. So you can see here full URI request HTTP 72.5.43.29/data/ this string of characters. So again, there's some Python code for you. You can grab that off of my GitHub page. If you're a Python developer and you want to help contribute, I've got some to-dos, and you can find those on the README page. in here somewhere. Future plans. Lots of options in here. Pick something out, help contribute to the automation program if you'd like, and let's build this little API scanner into something something more exciting. But for now, very simple. Download it. Here's your download button right here. Create an API key through an account at VirusTotal and start automating your Wireshark investigations with the help of Python. Any questions? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll try and get back to everybody. Thanks very much for watching.